Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
Hello and welcome to the Popternative Podcast, the podcast and talk show where we have digital discussions from the worlds of TV, film, pop culture, social media, news, sports, music, everything really, depending on the guest. We talk about it all. As always, I am your host, Peter Remoliotis. On social media, you know me as PD Beats. My guest is an actor who you will recognize from easily one of my favorite shows. It's on Apple TV+. He plays Dani Rojas in Ted Lasso. We're with Cristo Fernández. Cristo, welcome to Popternative, man.
Thank you very much, Pete, for the invitation, and I'm very happy to be here. And let's talk a bit about Ted Lasso and everything, man. And let's hope everyone
Football
enjoys
is
it.
life, right?
Football is life. That's true.
Thank you so much for doing this. I mean, icebreaker question. I mean, you are from Mexico. You're from Guadalajara, Mexico, correct?
Yeah, that's true.
And I've talked to a lot of actors that live in Mexico and Mexico City, and they're big fans of football and soccer. They're big fans of it. I just wanted to know, like, a lot of people know, like, what was like, were you into soccer like before the show? Like, were you interested in football?
Yeah, actually, well, football was part of my life. It was one of the reasons why I think I got in the show because there had to be some football skills. And at the end of the day, especially with Dani Rojas, that specific character had to be very, very good. No kidding around whether he can play or not. So yeah, my whole life before changing they were the football fields and we changed them to the stage. So yeah.
One of the things I really liked about Ted Lasso too is for people that watch it, there is some moments that people that follow Premiership football in England and the Premier League, people that follow it, it was goofy, it was silly, but there was some accurate parts of it. You know what I mean? I think people were heartbroken a little bit at the end of the show, but it's realistic, right? It happens, right? Relegation, you know what I mean? Like, you're playing Manchester City, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I think this show it's a whole roller coaster of emotions
Yeah.
from beginning to end, and I think this last part of the series I think was done in a way that it was very unexpected and realistic, and I think it works. It works with all the people I've been watching, my family, friends, the show.
Yeah.
I've seen those reactions and emotions from being very happy and then very sad and then very happy, but I think it's part of the show, and I think it was very well done and intelligently by Jason, Bill Lawrence, Bill Rowell. So I think it worked, right? Yeah.
So a lot of people don't really know this. Well, I know this because I saw it in another interview you did. When we first see Dani Rojas, when we're introduced to your character,
Mm-hmm.
I believe that was your first day on set, correct?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting and cool, right? Cool backstory.
Yeah, it was. I think the fact that how they wanted me to play Dani Rojas and how I imagined him and very over the top with energy, and I think it was a combination of also my nervousness there and everything. So I think I just released it by running like a crazy and just scoring the goal. And but yeah, it was the first day for me properly on set. I only had a previous day when we did a table read,
Mm-hmm.
and then just went for it there. And I'm very happy they let me give lots of who I am as a person and as who I am, Cristo Fernández, to who Dani Rojas is.
Yeah.
So that line of coming from Guadalajara and all of those things, it was added, and I'm very grateful because then it makes it more authentic, and I think it's more like who I am. Because that
absolutely.
first line of "Thank you very much for the opportunity," like that's
Is
both
that what
Dani
you
Rojas
said
and
when
I.
you? But is that what you said when you showed up on the first day of Ted Lasso?
Exactly, that's pretty much what I would say, regardless of whether that was my line or not. Yeah.
No, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I've interviewed other people from Mexico, specifically actors that were in Narcos Mexico. I
Cool.
interviewed Hero Medina and Alejandro Idia, and they were saying that Mexican TV and Mexico cinema has grown and gotten better and bigger over the years as well. Can you talk a little bit about that, Cristo? Because I find that interesting as well.
I think, yeah, right now we are in a new like cinema wave, and I think it all comes from there's lots of indie films happening, indie filmmakers, lots of students that are very talented. I know that because here in my hometown in Guadalajara, lots of things are happening, and it's not necessarily big budget blockbuster things. We are constantly shooting things, and that just makes the standards higher in every single way. So I think, yeah, I'm very happy that right now there is lots happening here in at least in my hometown in Guadalajara, and I'm sure Mexico City is the same, and that's very cool.
So who's your team? Because Hero Medina said that he was a Pumas.
He's a Pumas. Well, he's from
Yeah.
Mexico City for sure. My team. I used to play here back home in a team that was called Tecos, Universidad de Guadalajara, Estudiantes
Yep.
Tecos. But my big team is Chivas de Guadalajara.
So I'm going to tell you something very cool, and it's one of the coolest things that I ever got to do. I went to Mexico when I was younger, and I have been to a Mexican Premier Soccer game.
Ah, cool.
You want to know who I saw?
Chivas.
No.
Ah.
I saw Toluca
Uh-huh.
host Cruz Azul,
Ah, nice.
and it was in the Cardoza days.
That's good.
And-
Those two of the big teams.
They didn't like each other.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy, man. Like,
That's
the
so cool.
passion is crazy.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you-
Well, yeah. The passion here, in Mexico, football is like a religion, and I think that's a similar thing in the UK.
Yeah.
And I've now that I was there living,
Yeah.
I saw that. I
But
realized
Mexico
about
as a national football team as well is good. But it's up and coming and it's getting bigger and better. But it wasn't always seen as like a powerhouse like Spain or England or Italy, correct? You know what I mean? It wasn't. But did you find it was cool that they chose, a Mexican soccer player to kind of join and be the star rather than a Spanish or an Italian? Like that must have been kind of cool too.
Yeah, no, I am very happy. And the thing is that Dani Rojas before it wasn't going to be Dani Rojas. It was going to be a guy named Gunnar, and he was going to be from Iceland. So my first day on set, I was still called Gunnar, and I
Mighty-
was like,
but, like, that's
but
mighty-
before even rehearsing or anything, and I was like, damn it, if I'm actually gonna play an Icelandic man, I need more preparation, you know.
Yeah, but like I feel like, did you watch a lot of like sports movies growing up?
Yeah.
Mighty Ducks, Gunnar Stahl from Iceland. So that's what I'm thinking about right now. Like what?
Yeah. No, and they changed it because I auditioned first for so before Danny Rojas was going to be somewhere similar to the Jamie Tart,
Yep.
and they let Jamie Tart be Jamie Tart, and then Danny Rojas be Gunnar. So Gunnar is not there anymore, but it worked for the best, I think.
Jamie Tart,
Yeah.
Jamie Tart. He was like Jamie Tart. That's one of my favorite characters because of just everything going on. Like they really captured it, eh? The
Yeah,
up and coming superstar, eh? Especially at the end. Like that's like all the characters are great, but that's a good character on the show.
Yeah, no, I think it's really cool. Has really good moments, and Phil Dunster, the actor, he's
Yeah.
an amazing actor and amazing person. So yeah.
It's just like I was telling you before we started, there's nothing like it's hard to like because people like do like constructive criticism and stuff, but like the only bad thing I could say is I wish there was more Ted Lasso to watch.
Yeah, hopefully soon. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think there are many positive things about the show.
It must feel cool though, eh, Crystal? It must feel cool.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is because it's just not it's just not a random comedy that you just laugh and you forget. It feels very good for the
It's
reason that there are so
heartfelt,
many
yeah.
messages in the series and in the show,
Hmm.
and there's lots going on around it, and the fact the period of time we're living right now, and I think it's a positive, well done message. Lots of multicultural things and lots of nationalities.
It's
One
a very good
passion,
show, yeah.
yeah, and also the characters, the female characters are very strong. Uh,
Powerful, yeah.
and for myself, I think it's an honor right now to play a Mexican and a Latino person in this way in this platform because it's out of the stereotypes that sometimes are there, and it's good, feels good to represent how I think we are, like we are good vibes, positive. Someone comes into our house, we just welcome them and make sure they have the best time in their lives,
Oh
and I
yeah,
think that's good to be able to portray that, you know.
for sure. I do have to ask too, what was it like working with Jason Sudeikis?
It was really really cool. I remember the first day when we did the table read, I was looking for everybody and especially Jason, and out of nowhere I just heard hi, and I just turned and it's him, and I'm Jason, and hello Mr. Jason Sudeikis. And then, yeah, just call me Jason. Okay, Jason Sudeikis. And no, he's very cool. He's I learned a lot from him, um, because I understand all the pressure he had, just
Yep.
being the main actor, the producer, the writer, and how to deal with that pressure and make it the most and have to be funny. And I just learned from him how to make good teamwork. And
Mhm.
yeah, it was a privilege, and I'm very happy to be able to work with him again, hopefully soon.
Absolutely. And you don't have to comment on anything I'm going to say right now, but as someone who enjoys the show, I just wanted to share my thoughts or ideas or theories about maybe what could happen with AFC Richmond moving forward. And you could just be like, "Oh, cool." You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to say anything, but one, it's very interesting right now, okay? I'm going to put it in the for all my viewers, spoiler alerts, just in case, but it is very exciting to see where season 2 will start because there's a lot of things you could do. They can kind of fast forward a year that you're back in the Premier League, or they could show you guys when you got relegated. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things you could do there. You know what I mean? Okay. And then I have an idea. So they I don't know, I just thought about this. So you posted on your Instagram recently when they promoted Nathan, which is like one of the best moments of the show. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So Nathan's a coach, right? We see at the end Roy Kent. He's prolific football player, right? But he's getting old, right? And they're teasing that he might not
Yeah.
play anymore. You know what I mean? Okay. So I have an idea that what's he gonna do next? He's gonna be a manager. It's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Will he be a manager of AFC Richmond? Probably not, because there's already a AFC manager with Ted Lasso. So maybe he's gonna go to another team and be the GM one day. Do you like that idea a bit?
Yeah, actually, well, I honestly, I am being very honest. I have no idea what's gonna
Exactly.
happen.
No, that's why. But that's why I feel
So
like I'm able to share
I
it.
think your guests are very right, and they have bases. So
Well, there's a lot, but doesn't it excite you though? Like, you know
oh
what I mean?
yeah,
Like hoping, like, I mean, I don't know if you can say for sure, but like we're hoping Dani Rojas will be back in season 2. We're hoping,
yeah, we're
but
hoping.
but isn't it exciting to be like, man, what's gonna happen with my character? Like, it must be exciting for you as an actor too, right, Crystal?
Yeah, I look forward to being part of it and know what's gonna happen. I hope, in a way, we've seen a side of Dani Rojas that is what we just said, like positive, good vibes,
Yep.
good, playing amazingly. But
Great
like, it would be
player.
great to maybe see like another, like him a bit vulnerable, or in a position where we can see another side of
Well,
him.
I think
And
I think what's gonna happen again. I'm sorry. I love the show.
Great.
But I mean, they're gonna lean on Dani Rojas a lot, right? Because they want to get out of there. They want to go back to the top league.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And you can score
I-
goals, is what I'm saying, right? So I feel
Yeah.
like that's gonna be right.
Yeah, and let's see what happens also with Jamie Tarr. Like is he, what's gonna happen with him? But yeah, I look forward to seeing how it will turn out.
There's now I have to ask you a question too, because I can't always assume, because sometimes it's not the case. You watched it, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah, of
watched
course.
it.
I've watched it
No,
like
because
many times.
you can't. Unfortunately, you can't assume that. Like some
Yeah.
people have it.
Oh,
Don't
no, no, no.
watch. Yeah.
I
So you
know there are
watched it.
guys that say I don't like to see myself, and I'm like, what? I'm
So
so
you
proud of
understand
this.
where I'm coming from, right?
I'm
Like you
so
can't
proud
assume.
of this. Yeah, I'm so proud of this. I want to watch it lots of times.
What was the reaction from your family and friends? Like, did they love the show like I did? Were they like Crystal? Like this is amazing.
Yeah, no, like it's been amazing. And yeah, I like watching it. It's been amazing with my family, and I'm very happy that everyone feels as proud as I feel of being part of this. So that's yeah, everyone loves it. I'm very happy for that.
Well, Crystal, thank you so much for coming on Popternative, man. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you very much, Pete, for inviting me, and I hope this is the first of many more. And
Yeah, we'll
it's
do
my
more.
pleasure.
Absolutely. I want to. Yeah, absolutely. So people can watch season 1 of Ted Lasso right now on Apple TV Plus.
Exactly. Right now, for all of those who don't know, it's already available in Apple TV Plus. Before, when it was released the 14th August, we were talking how it was just one episode every week. So right now, you don't have to worry about that. If you're the kind of person that likes to watch it in one go, now you can do it. And it's a whole season. It's 30 minutes each episode, and it's 10 of them. So it's just 5 hours.
And
So.
tell them they have to watch it. It is even if you're not a sports fan.
Exactly. Yeah. Because there's like, I've heard people that are like, I am not into football or stuff like that, but the show is actually not about football. It is around that, but it's not just about it. It's about what we were talking about, many positive messages, and one that I like to share and that I identify myself is that in life, sometimes you don't have all the knowledge or all the experience in something. But if you're willing to learn from the ones who know, and if you're willing to fail and overcome things and just try and do your best, you can be very good at what you're passionate about. And I think that's Ted Lasso. That's
Yep.
who he is. And personally in my life, it is a little bit like that. As you said, I used to play football only. That's the only thing I used to do. Then I changed my goals and objectives, and now preparing myself and with lots of passion, we are able to being in this great show and have good opportunities hopefully coming up.
Absolutely. And I believe it got renewed for 2 more seasons.
Yes, that's true.
How
Now,
cool is that?
Yeah, it's incredibly cool.
And
It's a dream come true.
where can people follow you on social media to keep update with everything?
Yeah, in Facebook and Instagram, I am like at CristoFernandez.mx.
Yeah.
And in Twitter, I invite everyone to check Twitter out for all of those Ted Lasso fans, because that's where everything is.
Yeah.
And in Twitter, I am like at Cristo FDEZ _MX.
Amazing.
And I also have my film company right now that I'm developing, and there are good upcoming projects coming. And it's at Espectro MX Films, and it's in all the platforms the same way.
Excellent. Well, seriously, thank you so much for doing this. And like, we can't wait for more Dani Rojas and Ted Lasso.
No, thank you, Pete. We are in the same, and hopefully it's gonna be great, and we can chat about the upcoming Ted Lasso.
Absolutely. Well, this has been Popternative. You can catch Cristo Fernández in Ted Lasso on Apple TV Plus as Dani Rojas. Great show. YouTube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. Until next time, this is Cristo Fernández and Petey Beats signing off. Football is life.
Football is life, amigos.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.